Today on Fight Insight podcast, we will have Ashley Whiplash Tyner, who is a Muay Thai fighter making her professional MMA debut. Plus, we will talk about Wang, the Joker Kong. So sit back, relax, and Tim, hit it! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Fight Insight podcast.
Our guest today is the 2022 International World Games gold medalist in Muay Thai, who will be making her pro MMA debut in the Bellator Champions Series September 7th in her hometown of San Diego, California, training with friends of the podcast, Ty Shea, Tyler Schaefer, Jenna Bishop. We know she's in good hands and ready to make a splash in Bellator. But first, Rain, she's here. Bring her in.
Please welcome Ashley Whiplash Tyner.
That was pretty good, man. I think you got a future in ring announcing.
Oh, thank you.
She is a ring announcer, Ashley. She's a ring announcer in your neck of the woods for Up Next Fighting.
Oh, no way. That is awesome. Well, you come by it naturally.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Well, there you go. Rain, if you didn't have you didn't have the kudos already and the self-confidence, Ashley Whiplash Tyner just gave it to you.
Seal of approval.
Nice.
Love it. Thank you.
Ashley Tyner, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate you coming on. You're just a few weeks away from your Bellator debut.
Less than 2. I'm over the moon excited about this one. I definitely didn't think my debut was going to be on such a big stage, but I'm ready, man. I'm kicking and I'm chomping at the bit to get in there.
Nice. I'm so excited. We have to get to know you, of course. The first question, I got it from a sneaky way I got it. But the question is, why does your wife not let you use the Stanley Cups?
Oh, Jenna told you that one. Yes. So I have one Stanley Cup now that I'm allowed to use. And she bought it specifically for me. Because I may or may not have, right? This was never proven. Taken a limited edition lilac Stanley Cup to training, one of my training sessions at a visiting gym I was visiting. And I just never saw it again. I don't know, like it disappeared. I left without it. I came back a few days later and it was not there because it was so pretty that somebody decided that it would look pretty in their cupboard instead of mine.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a shameful thing that I have to live with every day.
Well, and now it's immortalized on this podcast, Ashley.
Yeah,
so
thanks for that.
12, 13 people will hear about it. And
they're gonna see me walking with my Stanley Cup. They're gonna be like, you better take that home.
That's right. Ashley Tyner, obviously you're a character. Like I said, obviously you're in good hands, right? You're training with killers. You're training with great people out there in San Diego. But for those of us that don't know you, because look, it's hard to find stats on Muay Thai fighters. Like, you know, because you're fighting in back alleys, you're fighting in dungeons. Like nobody knows the records that these like Muay Thai fighters have. But tell us a little bit about yourself. Obviously, you're the 2022 International Games winner. Gold medalist, but brag a bit about yourself. Who's Ashley Tyner?
So I have about 38 amateur fights. Some of them are pro-am, so I have competed against professionals, which is a fun stat that most amateurs don't have. Oh, that's me. Yeah, those are my belts. I think I've got somewhere in the range of 9 or 10, and then I have 2 gold medals for Team USA for international competitions. And then I have 1 gold medal for just the national one, which is you have to win to go be in the international ones. So you have to win a region-wide one for USA. Then you get to be the one person in that weight class that goes and represents Team USA in these international competitions against other professional / amateur fighters. IFMA doesn't discriminate. So you can fight pro-am, which is crazy. There's only like 4 states in America that allows professionals to fight amateurs. So I want to say I've fought about 7 or 8 professional fighters at this point, some of whom had 30 or 40 professional Muay Thai fights. So I feel pretty good going in. Granted, it was all in headgear and shin guards because it's like, yeah, it's Olympic style because they're trying to
Right.
get into the Olympics, and then you fight multiple times over the course of multiple days. So like 3 days, 3 fights, 3 weigh-ins. It's crazy. But to minimize the amount of injuries, like little dings and stuff that prevent you from fighting, the next day as well, they make you wear headgear and shin guards. But I love Muay Thai. That was my first love. I've been competing at jiu-jitsu since like 2020. So I mean, I've been a blue belt since 2020. So
Are you sandbagging that? Like, if you've been a blue belt for 4 years, are you doing it on purpose? You know, you're just beating up newbies.
It's not on purpose. So when you don't train in the gi a lot, they don't give you a lot of stripes.
Oh.
Right? And so getting promoted is actually a little bit more difficult when you train a bunch of no-gi. And then I also cross-train in multiple gyms. So my jiu-jitsu gym, my attendance isn't nearly as good as my attendance in grappling actually would be if you counted all of my sessions.
Yeah, so. because I did see when I was researching you, I come across Ashley Thiner on Smooth Comp, which is like a BJJ website, and it shows that you've been kicking ass in all these BJJ events. And I'm like, wait, is this the same Ashley Thiner? Like, so like, I'm like, wait, she's a Muay Thai champion and she's a BJJ gold medals everywhere else. Like,
no, that's blue belt. It's blue belt. It's gold medal.
I don't know.
But,
maybe how do you know the blue belts you're fighting against aren't all sandbagging it like you are? Maybe you're all black belts, but
we're just waiting. Yeah, we're just waiting for our opportunity to go smash a black belt. That's what it is.
There you go. There you go. I got it. But okay, but how does a girl like yourself, you're 115 pounder? No, 125. 115?
Yeah.
115. So 115 pounder. How does a little 115 pounder find themselves in combat sports in Muay Thai? You know what I mean? And you're in California, born and raised, beautiful friggin' country. You got to have other things to do.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of things to get distracted by, but none of them are nearly as exciting. So I've been an adrenaline junkie my entire life. That's kind of just in my blood. You know, there's some things you can't teach, and that thirst for intensity and adrenaline has always been one of them. One of the things you might find if you Google my name or if you YouTube my name is a couple of football highlights, because I did play football, Pop Warner High School, and then I played women's pro football for a couple of years as well. So that was my first love, actually. Was football. I was a very aggressive person. I have 3 brothers. so I went from trying to beat them up to beating up other people. But my entire life, I've just gotten more of a rush from being able to integrate my physical and my mental attributes simultaneously. There's something about pushing the limits of both that appeals to me as a person. And I think that really latched on. I'm like, oh, I have to use not only my intelligence, but my grit in both scenarios, like physically and mentally, understand how to move my body in a way that's not going to deplete me of energy, but is also going to dominate my opponent. And figuring out that dichotomy is extremely invigorating if you've ever tried to do it. So I'm definitely just like a nerd that likes to hit people.
I mean, you didn't have to tell us you're a nerd by using the word dichotomy.
I thought maybe if I threw it in there,
extra,
I'll give it away.
I like Rain that I like Rain that we're like, you know, just brag a little bit about yourself, and then she goes, "Well, I'm super smart, but I'm also super athletic, and so you know, I'm doing the highest level of everything, pretty much, you know." So yeah, good.
I tried like every sport as a kid. I literally have gone through so many sports. Like I played basketball, I did track, I did tennis, racquetball, gymnastics, like soccer. I've tried everything. But there's something about fighting that ignites a fire in my soul that I don't ever want to put out.
Yeah. Yeah. No, for sure. Like for anybody that's trained, you know what I mean? Like for anybody that's trained and competed, obviously not even at the highest level that you are, but like once you're training, once you're in there competing, like I'm an old guy now. I'm not fighting for anything, but like I still go to my sparring sessions twice a week to beat up on the new kids. And like, it feels good, man. And I couldn't think of doing anything else. Like, what am I going to join a CrossFit gym? Like, it's not going to make me feel the same. Right. Like you don't get that rush. So yeah, no. And
I
Rain,
love smashing white belts. It's one of my favorite pastimes.
I mean, it's just
it makes
the
me feel
best.
so
Actually,
good about myself. I don't know.
Yeah. Look, if you can put me in the ring in a Muay Thai class against the guy that's on the trial week, loving it.
I think you could get that guy, no problem.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's out. She's out. I'll crush that little girl that just joined in. You know.
Quality.
Okay, here's the thing. You talk about like going into all these sports and stuff like that. And as a woman, like as a female in athletes, in sports, competitive sports, professional sports, it is tough. You know what I mean? Because even if you were the best football player in the country, like, is there a women's football league? Like, I don't even know, right? Like,
yeah,
like
the
levels.
WFA, Women's Football Alliance. Yeah.
Okay,
so there's a women's. It's a full tackle. Yeah. Let me teach you about some things.
Wait, are they paying you for this ad now that you're about to cut?
They don't have to pay me because they paid me in fulfilling my soul for a number.
Wait, you actually played for this league?
Yeah,
WFA?
I played for this league for like 4 years.
Wow.
Holy
That's how I
crap.
found fighting. I was like, I played for the Women's Football Alliance for a number of years. And then like second, third year in, I was like, man, I really want something in the off season to help keep me in shape for football. So I walked into a UFC gym and I was like, let's take a class because these people are in shape. Let's see what this is about. And then the guy held pads for me the very first day, the general manager did. He goes, well, do you think that you would ever like want to fight? And I'm like, that sounds like something I would do. Yeah. So I got on track to do like an amateur fight. And within a year, I want to say 8 months of training. I did my first amateur fight and then I was addicted.
That's crazy. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And for those listening, she's not lying. Women's Football Alliance started in 2009, 15 years ago. My God.
Would I lie to you? You thought I was lying?
I don't know. I gotta fact check you, man. I don't know. Like, how do I know what's going on?
Look up dichotomy while you're at it.
Yeah. Good luck spelling it, Ashley. Here's the thing. But you find yourself in there, and I did want to ask, and this was the question later on. Women's Muay Thai.
Yeah.
Okay. We have a lot of people. Rain. We've had a few lion fight champions. Regan Coconut Gowing. She's a Canadian.
I know Regan. Yeah.
You know her?
Are you kidding me? We fought at World Games together.
Okay.
Yeah. She fights one weight class lower than me.
So, yeah, she's like a super atom weight or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, so she came into World Games with her leg completely torn up from fighting like a week or two before. And
that's
it was just
right.
Like black.
Yes, that's when she took that like on very short notice. She was on our podcast right before that. Yeah.
And she's like, whatever, let me go win a medal at the World Games.
I mean, that's a spot on impression of Regan Coconut Gowing.
You know? What can I say? I have many skills. This is one of them.
But here's the thing though. Regan Coconut Gowing and other Muay Thai fighters we've had on. But am I crazy for thinking that there's less opportunity on a grander stage for women in Muay Thai than there is for MMA?
Yeah. No, you're not crazy. It's definitely a thing. One Championship is doing a pretty good job. They've definitely upped the game. But...
No, hold on. I'm not going to let you disparage my hatred of 1FC like this, Ashley, because here's
hate them. You probably should have led with that.
Because here's a picture that I actually have for this interview. I get so mad when 1FC has cards. This is their card coming up on August 23rd.
Yeah.
0 women on the card, Ashley.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
And I get very mad because, like, look, 1FC, you're the only organization pretty much on a world stage, a world audience that has women Muay Thai.
Yeah.
You can't put one fight on.
It's
you could
tough.
throw a rock in Thailand and hit a pro female Muay Thai fighter. Like, just get them on your card.
Some of it might be cultural because,
Ugh.
like in Thailand, women couldn't even fight in the stadiums until like a couple years ago, like a year.
Do
or
you
two
know
ago.
the very first female that ever fought in that stadium, whatever it's called, whatever that stadium's called?
And it's a guest stadium. It's not actually a home Thailand stadium because they don't let females fight in that stadium yet.
Wow.
But the very first female that stepped foot in that ring,
Celeste
the Best Hansen, friend of the podcast. She's been on the podcast.
Oh, so cool.
Love her. She's amazing. She just did an amazing fight. Her last fight, kicked ass and got a great win.
That's awesome. Did you know that also they make females, I don't know if this is still true, go under the ropes instead of over the ropes in Thailand? Because you're supposed to be like, so men will go over the ropes, but you can't go through the ropes because when you split it, you're actually opening all of the good energy from the ring. You're letting it out into the crowd. Right. So you're not allowed to go through the ropes, but women had to go under the ropes when they started fighting, to like sneak into the ring. Like it's a cultural thing, whereas women are still disparaged to a certain extent. So it doesn't surprise me that they don't have women on the card. The other thing is women Muay Thai isn't a huge pool to pull from.
Sure.
And the higher you go, the less women there are. Right?
Yeah.
Like I'm not fighting professional Muay Thai. First of all, I want all my weapons. That's my biggest thing. I want to be able to throw somebody in the ground and start beating them up. I do like 1FC's rule set where you can knee to the head on the ground.
Yes.
That is probably my favorite rule. Thankfully, 12 to 6 elbows are now going to be legal in UFC in like November or October. Super stoked for that one because tomahawk elbows are awesome.
That's right. As a Muay Thai fighter, right? Yes. The tomahawk elbow coming down.
The tomahawks, dude, all day. Jumping in those tomahawks are awesome. But women in Muay Thai, I just wish there were more of them. I think that's why I'm so thankful and grateful for my opponents in general when I have one, because in Muay Thai coming through, it was always kind of difficult to get fights. Like figuring out, I would have to fight up weight class. I've fought as heavy as 132 pounds. Granted, I go in there, I weigh in at 129 or 130 or whatever it is, completely hydrated. And I'm like, hey guys, I'm ready to fight. You know, these girls are cutting to 132 for tournaments.
Eating a banh mi on the scale.
Yeah. I ate before I go in. I drink a bunch of water. That way I don't miss the minimum weight. Like.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Got a water load.
Tough. You have to just be very grateful for the opponents that you get as a female going into it. There are a lot more Muay Thai, like female Muay Thai fighters overseas, like in Korea and Thailand, obviously the Philippines. The sport in general is more popular over there. Western culture hasn't been as popular, which is crazy to me because everybody wants to see striking. They just don't know what Muay Thai is. They think it's a drink on the beach. Like, So it definitely is hard to get. Once you get it in people's mouths and people's minds, they end up latching on. They're like, oh, this is so cool. Why aren't more people watching this?
Right.
And I'm like, I don't know. It's way better.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing though. So yeah, like that was my thing is like, look, if you're a female and you're in combat sports and Muay Thai is your thing, I don't know. I like what you're doing by transitioning into the MMA because it's kind of like, hey, look, there's potentially more opportunities for me there to A, make more money and B, get into people's homes more. Right. Yes. And also maybe to find more fights.
I was going to say to challenge the top level athletes, I think for me is the biggest goal that I have, because I'm always looking for the next competition that's going to push that limit that we talked about. And so to have more females that are also pushing their own limits helps me push myself. And then we find a new type of human optimization that at some point it has to cap out. We got to find it at some point.
Yeah. What do you do aside, like, okay, like fighting is all you do, or do you have like a job? Are you a scientist? What do you do?
Yeah.
Are you a scientist? Like, what do you do? Like, can I
So
ask?
I have a bachelor's in science, right? I do, but I don't. I mean, it's whatever. I just don't use it.
Yeah.
No, I have a bachelor's in animal science, which is a couple classes off of like pre-vet. And
Ring.
No way.
No, but she loves animals. Like,
okay.
No, no, you can't see all her Emmys in the background. She works in television stuff. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Super
I
fancy. Yeah.
came into this without the knowledge I needed.
No, geez Louise, you're supposed to do background research before, Ashley.
Well, you're good at the background part. Stick to the talking.
But no, okay, but so like, you know, you're doing this now, and so hey, you're kicking ass, like I showed on the screen while you were talking. For those some people are only listening to this on audio, but I'm showing a picture with you with plenty of belts in your back.
Belts and medals.
Swag.
Belts, medals, yeah, looking good. But here's the picture now of you going over to Bellator Champion Series, San Diego. Ashley Thiner, Saturday, September 7th. If you're buying tickets, I saw you had a reel up there, and it shows you how to use the code ATH to figure that out. So if you love Ashley Thiner, make sure that you follow her on Instagram. Wait, what is? I don't load up your.
AJ TIE Fighter. You're all good.
AJ TIE Fighter. Hold on. Do I have it here? Look at this. Boom!
Jordan,
watch that there.
So
all right, there we go.
You're so professional.
Follow her at AJ TIE Fighter, right? Yes. And then on there you have a reel that shows how to get the tickets, which, you know, credits you as the reason why they want to go.
Yeah, and if you don't like to watch videos, there's also directions in the link in my bio. So if you like words instead, then there you go.
Yeah. I mean, if that's that person, they're not listening to this podcast. So.
I did want to jump back to the fact that I do have a job, and it has nothing to do with animal science. Yeah, I've been a sports official for 15 years. So I officiate softball at the highest levels. I do college softball. And then I officiate basketball, like high school basketball as well. So that's my job. I also have kind of developed a meal prep company, just offhandedly. It started as a fundraiser for my fight camp like a few months ago. And then it kind of took off because I optimize my own nutrition based on my knowledge of science, and I'm constantly researching it and making sure that I can hit certain protein, carbs, and fats to optimize recovery and energy levels as a performance athlete, because it is completely different dieting as a performance athlete than you would as a regular person who's just going to their 9 to 5 and they're trying to get their 10,000 steps in. Like, we have to perform every single day. So how do you optimize that? Obviously more carbohydrates than you would think. And then I've used that to cater to fighters and bodybuilders as a base for my little company that I do, because I was a cook for like 6 or 7 years when I was in college.
Of course. No, what? Okay, so can you plug the business? So, like, do you have a name for it, or like, how did
it's for it? Fuel.
Say it again.
Fighters Fuel. You fuel yourself.
With
my food. Yeah, it's fuel for fighters, specifically for athletes.
All right. Well, I will go, and it's on Instagram.
No, it's none of that yet. I need a business license first. Don't rat me out.
Oh, really? Okay. Well.
Yeah, I'm working on it. It was a fundraiser. It was just like, oh, I'm just gonna make some meals for people, and then people are like, oh, can I order like 10 of these? I'm like, yeah, I guess, sure.
Oh, well, I work for the tax department, so I'm coming after you now. After this. No, just kidding. I'm in Canada. We don't even, like, you know. Yeah.
Oh,
it's fine. It's fine.
We're good.
So now here you are going to Bellator. How excited are you to make that debut in Bellator? Like, that's a huge thing.
To the top.
Yeah.
Like, there is no proper way for me to convey my excitement. Like, part of me is still in disbelief that the fight will actually happen, because my last fight got pulled a week beforehand because the girl broke her back.
Oh.
Yep. So a week before my fight, you know, she broke her back. She started losing feeling like in her arms and stuff, and then had to go into surgery. So until we've weighed in, I'm like, I'm just jaded. I'm jaded at this point. I've had so many fights fall through that I just don't, part of me doesn't believe it, but I think I'm starting to finally get excited because we're like 2 weeks out, right? Everything's done. All the medicals are submitted. All the paperwork's done. She's posting on her Instagram. So, she's committed. And my cut, because it's the first time I've cut to 15 in a while. I cut to 18 for Muay Thai. I've actually never cut to 15. So it's a few more pounds. So I kind of had to do a few things a little different. But it is day before weigh-ins, whereas Muay Thai was day of 118. So 2 more pounds day before. I don't feel like it's going to be much of an issue. I'm just going to be a little thirstier than I usually am.
Yeah. Won't be having that sandwich on the scale like you normally do.
No, I can't just, this is so good. I remember one time I was in the weigh-in line for WCK and I had the little cocktail weenies. They were like pigs in a blanket. They were like the little cocktail weenies with croissants wrapped around them. And I was like, oh, you guys want one? They're like, Ashley, we haven't weighed in yet. I'm like, I'm fine.
Neither have I. So, okay, but here's the problem. Bellator doesn't have a strawweight division.
No.
Has anyone told them that before they signed your fight?
I don't think they know. I don't think that they're aware.
Yeah, okay.
I will be the strawweight division. Just put me in, coach. I'm ready.
No, okay. So here's my thing. Okay, so congratulations, because I mean, it's good that they have strawweights in Bellator because that's a division they were always lacking. And that's a division that they could easily build. There's so many females in that 115-pound range. That's why the UFC has such a stacked division. And if you go over and take all those 1FC atom weights, which aren't really atom weights because they're not dehydrating. So technically, they're probably 115ers anyways.
Right.
Bring those girls over and send them into Bellator and create a 115-pound division.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah. Yes, for me. I was telling them that I would fight at 20 or 25 because like that's why like this camp I went in a tiny bit heavier, not a ton, but like a few pounds extra because I thought I was going to be fighting at 25. I was like, yeah, just find me a fight. At this point, I don't care. Eventually I'll get to fight at 115, but if I have to fight at 25 until I get to a big enough promotion that can find me a fight at 115, great. But when you're 5'8", people don't want to fight you at 115 pounds. I'm literally going to be the tallest strawweight in history. Like nobody wants to fight
is that real?
That stat. That's a real stat. Look it up.
5'8" is the tallest strawweight?
Look it up.
How am I going to look that up? I don't know how to Google that.
But if you Google the tallest strawweight in UFC right now is 5'6".
Oh, who's that? Do you know?
It's Ashley Yoder. But
two Ashleys. Okay.
It was Yoder, and then I think Dern might be 5'5".
Okay.
Yeah, but most of the girls are 5'5" or below.
Oh, so you're right. So then you're going in there, especially with your Muay Thai skills. You've got the long limbs, you've got the distance management, right? And you're just going to strike these girls to death.
Yeah, if I was a wrestler, they'd be like 5'8", whatever. But I'm not a wrestler.
Right.
So they're like 5'8". Yeah, no, I don't want to get kicked with those legs. That doesn't sound like fun. I look like a praying mantis out there after I've cut weight.
That's your fighting stance? Is that how it looks?
Yeah. Have you ever seen Muay Thai fights?
Yeah. Nice. I like it.
It's kind of like a praying mantis.
I thought you were doing the Australian breakdancing kangaroo pose.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
That's my celebration dance afterwards.
Alternate? I mean, yeah. So, okay, but here's the thing. So, do you know if you're the very first ever Bellator strawweight fight?
No, there have been a couple one-offs. Like,
really?
They'll do one-offs every now and then. Just depending on who they have. They'll be like, yeah, for sure, let's sign a fight at 115. But they don't have a class, so you can't like get ranked is the big thing. Okay, so here's the thing. Bellator has lied to the entire public. Okay. Because when Bellator merged with PFL, I can find the quotes. They're out there. Peter Murray or Don Davis, whoever it was, said
every Bellator card, every Bellator Champion Series card, this is my impression, just like your Regan Gowing impression. Every Bellator card is going to have 2 championship title fights on every card because they only have 6 events a year. We're going to have 2 title fights every card. Guess what, Ashley? Good old Timmy B is on every PFL and Bellator post every time they post a Bellator card because there's 1 title on the line. And I'm like, dude, where's your freaking champions? Like, where are they? So here's the thing, Ashley, your unsolicited advice from me is after you win, right? They cart the girl out, you know,
right.
and you're in there with the mic. You demand the title.
Oh,
demand the title. Just say, Bellator, I'm taking the strawweight title. There's supposed to be 2 title fights on every card. This was the 2nd title fight. I am now the strawweight champion. Just freaking cut the promo.
Fight? You're nuts.
Who gives a crap? Look,
okay.
Rain comes from a WWE background. Okay, she announced at SummerSlam. Okay.
Okay.
Rain, don't they normally have like the Intercontinental title in the first match a lot of times on a pay-per-view? They used to.
Yeah, sometimes they do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Actually,
they do. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
what are you going to disrespect Shawn Michaels and the like? No, you just say, you grab the mic and you go, I am now the strawweight champion, and then just make a promo of it and see what happens.
Cut that promo and then do the kangaroo dance.
And then do the kangaroo dance.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm totally down for the dance. Like, the rest of it's just icing on the cake.
No, I'm telling you, Ashley, what are they going to do? You go out there and you just demand a title.
Blast me on Instagram everywhere. They're going to be like, who is this crazy person?
No,
and
because
then I get to fight other strawweights. I like where your head's at.
they need attention. They need the drama. They need the excitement. They need someone like you with a personality to make people watch and make people get excited. You're in your hometown. The crowd's going to be going crazy. The dead bodies behind you.
Right.
Like, yeah, I don't know.
I was actually trying to practice how to do like a flip over her body after the fight. You know what I mean? Like you do like a flip, but you do it over your opponent after you knock him out.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah, I'm working on it. We'll see how that goes. I might just follow my face, but that would be on Instagram too, and attention is attention.
Either way. That's right. Yeah. Rain, okay. Like, seriously though, think about it. Okay. Talk about it with, your manager and whatever. Yeah, but talk about it with your manager. You're with Sucker Punch Entertainment, correct?
I am in fact.
Good old Brian Butler. He's been on the podcast. I love that dude. He's, one of the best ever.
Yeah.
See what he thinks. Like, hey, should I just call out for this strawweight title that doesn't exist? Why not? You know what I mean?
It exists now.
Yeah.
Now that I'm here.
Bring your own belt. Be like Mike Platinum Perry. Yeah, you've got extras. Just bring one.
I got some pretty ones.
Rain, Ashley's the best. What do you want to ask?
I know. So for me, I'm curious. So you mentioned earlier that you had a canceled bout, right? You're supposed to make your pro MMA debut back in June, and then it got canceled.
Yeah.
And now looking back, do you actually feel like, man, that setback was actually a setup for this better opportunity that I have right now?
Yeah, that could totally be a slingshot. After that fight, there were a lot of people trying to find me a fight, like a ton. A lot of incentives were sent out. So my name was in a lot of mouths. And that's probably one of the launch pads that helped me ascertain this fight, besides the fact that Sucker Punch is awesome. And they definitely had a hand in helping me get onto this card. But I don't have any doubt that it contributed in some way and came full circle to allow me to have this big stage for my pro debut. I think it's super important for us to have a stage as females in the sport, to have a stage in general. And fights drop all the time. I feel like there should be a stat for how many female fights drop in comparison to male fights, because like females, we're a little fickle. We have different hormones. And so as the month goes out, you could stub your toe and be like, no, my whole life is falling apart. I can't fight. Like, and your brain is chemically dramatizing these things, and you wish that you had control over that. And sometimes you don't have the grit to just be like, no, I'm going to fight them at my worst. It doesn't matter if I'm at my best or not. A lot of people want to fight at their best. And if they're not at their best, they drop the fight. They figure out a reason and they drop the fight. And that's what I have unfortunately experienced for the last year. Because that fight dropped. It wasn't the first one. It was just the one that was closest to actually happening.
Mm.
You know, I've had 3 or 4 fights drop in the last year and a half trying to find it. Last November was when I was supposed to debut.
Oh, wow.
So I've had, you know, that was like my 3rd or 4th one where you're just like, yes, you have an opponent. Here's a contract. No, you don't have an opponent. Sorry. And you're like, I have nothing to show for all the work that I've done.
Yeah.
That's my biggest motivator going into this. I cannot wait to actually showcase what I'm capable of. You're never allowed to go as hard as you want in sparring. You can never go full ham. You don't want to hurt your training partners. You don't want to knee people to the head. You don't want to teep people to the face. There are always rules, right? You're not throwing crazy back fists and jumping shit. Like, you're not doing all of these things that as a showman in a ring, you might be doing. So I'm stoked to go be a showman and go throw some risky moves. Like, it doesn't bug me at all. I finally get this opportunity. I'm not going to waste it.
This is going to be such an easy podcast for me to cut promos and clips out of, Rain, because everything she says is like, it's like she's cutting promos. So this is simple, like making my job easy.
Promo machine.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
Ashley, I've kept you much longer than I wanted to, and I apologize. But
no,
like,
it's my fault.
What am I going to do?
I'm the talker. I already know.
Yeah.
You can't,
no, I know.
Every podcast that I do goes over, so it's not you at all.
No. And how dare you talk about other podcasts that you've done?
They don't exist. I'm
very
sorry.
rude.
I didn't know you were so sensitive. I apologize. They're not as good as you.
Yeah,
okay?
I am. Thank you. Thank
you
very
as
much.
Good as you.
Yeah, good. Thank you. Before I ask you my last question that we ask all the guests of the podcast, I want to give you the stage to say, is there anything that you wanted to say to the fans, viewers, and listeners of the podcast, or, you know, maybe to your friends or family that are watching?
First of all, don't miss the show on September 7th. I'm the first fight of the night. Be there early, because I don't think it's going to go all 3 rounds. And so you're going to miss it if you don't show up on time. That's the first thing. Second thing, even if you are not accustomed to the fight world, try it out, man.
Mm.
We need, especially if you're a girl, we need more women enthusiastic about this sport. This is, in a lot of instances, it's a boys' club. And I'm going to tell you what, us girls have more fun. I haven't gone to many practices where I don't giggle at least once. So if you want to be like a little giggle factory, go join jiu-jitsu. Those girls giggle all the time. There's memes and Instagram reels about it where guys are like, I'm going to roll and I'm going to be so strong and good at this. And girls are like, oh, you submitted me. Like, there's something that builds in terms of confidence and camaraderie as a female. When you train this sport, you become a more whole version of yourself. You get in touch with your masculinity, which some of us desperately need. And for me, it gave me the freedom and confidence to get in touch with my femininity. Like, it just provides balance in a lot of senses. So please, please, please go join a combat sport. I promise that there are nice ways to do it. You don't have to spar to be in a combat sport. You can go kick a pad. Like, and these the girls there at the gym will lift you up more. It's like being that drunk girl in the line at the club. Those are the gym girls. Those are the gym girls that just want to tell you how pretty you are and how good your switch kick is, and that you just need to keep going, sweetie. Like, come into sports. Come into combat sports. I want to thank my sponsors, right? Bushido Ways, which provide me with all my amino acids. Their amino acids actually have methylbutyrate in them, which is helpful for muscle building. And then it has lion's mane as well, active recovery, because I can't do like ibuprofen or anything like that. It tears up my stomach. But natural anti-inflammatories like lion's mane definitely helps. And of course, your EAAs are super important to keep your muscles going throughout a workout. My wife is the person that has donated all of her time and money into me for the last 10 years. She is my everything. We've been together about 8 years, actually. But she's cornered like 30 of my fights. She's a nurse, so she's always making sure that I'm patched up and can go into the ring in good spirits. And I love her to pieces. I would be nowhere without her. I know, she's so sweet. And then my last shout out is going to be to my team, because finding them, I moved from Fresno. I started in Fresno, right over at Three Kings. And I trained there for a good amount of years and did a lot of tournaments there. But when I got to Steel, the culture really clicked. And then I fine-tuned a lot of the rudimentary skills that I had. And I think it made me lethal at a whole new level. So I'm eternally grateful to Carl, my head coach over at Steel, because he has the intelligence level and the dedication to athletes that I had been searching for. Very fortunate to have found him. I feel like I lucked out. So Steel. And then I also train at Alliance. That's my jiu-jitsu gym.
Ooh.
There's a bunch of females there. That are top level world champions, right? That's where I train with Jenna a lot. I go in and I take her classes.
Nice.
And then I lied. That wasn't the last one. The Coven, which is our little collective group of girls down here in San Diego, led by team leader Angela Hill, who provides a lot of helpful feedback for climbing in the ranks, not just all of our skills on the mat, but off the mat as well. She's definitely a fantastic leader of that group that just brings together a diverse types of women that have different styles and different weight classes. And we learn how to be comrades instead of, against each other. I forget the word for that. Antagonators. There you go.
Yeah.
That's
Nice.
it. I know that was long-winded. Sorry.
No, it's perfect. It's amazing. No, look, hey, you've got the mic skills down pat.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
I don't know who Mike is, but he can't take my skills.
No, Mike sucks.
Sorry. Had to throw one
I
in
mean,
there.
I mean the comedy gold, Ashley, that you're spitting as well.
Like my medals.
Oh, geez Louise, it doesn't stop. Ashley, I do want to ask you one final question.
Sure.
And
it doesn't have to be.
Here. Yeah. Okay. Here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. You're coming back on the podcast, just so you know.
Oh.
Like you're coming back. You've got the stamp of approval. Rain. I haven't asked Rain yet, but sometimes she's very critical of our guests.
Come back next week.
You're okay with her?
Buzzer, Rain.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Here's the question. It's a question that my mom used to ask me almost every day of my life growing up. So I'm going to ask it to you, Ashley Whiplash Thiner, on a scale of 1 to 10. How happy are you?
Oh, 72.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right. And you've already talked about all the wonderful things, but is there anything important to you that brings you happiness and like how you would be a 72 out of 10?
Yeah. I think it's a culmination of all of the women that I get to be surrounded by every day. And like my dogs, I freaking love my animals. They help.
How many dogs? How many dogs?
I have 2 dogs, 2 cats.
Oh, nice. Okay. I've got 2 cats and Rain's got 2 dogs.
I have 2 dogs.
Oh,
yeah.
Perfect. Look at us. Just a community of what is it? We're the
fur
adults.
Babies?
Of fur babies. Yes. Yeah. We're fur parents.
Fur parents, yeah.
We're the parents of the. Sorry, my carbs are a little low right now. So.
That's all right. That's all right. You're killing it. But no, look, Ashley, I'm super happy for you. Like, you seem like you're a good person. You seem like you've got everything lining up so that this fight coming up on September 7th, Bellator Champions Series, is going to be a fantastic night for you. You're going to kick ass.
I can't wait.
Go out there.
Stronger Arena. Wow.
Yeah, it's a huge arena. Like I said, it's going to be the biggest stage that I've ever fought on.
Yeah.
Like, let's light up the house, man. I can't wait. And I'm definitely going to steal that mic. If you have ever seen one of my post-fight interviews for like my MMA fights, I love after the fights, I love talking on the mic. I'm about it. I have so much energy like flowing through my veins, even if the fight was super daunting. And as soon as I get that mic, it's like a new wave goes through me, and then I can kangaroo my way to fame.
Nice. Do it. Ashley, do not squander the opportunity.
Never.
Right? This is a huge moment for you on a huge scale. I'm so happy to have met you. Boy, oh boy, Rain and I didn't do a podcast together last week. She left me alone with a great guest, but now we're back, and to be back with Ashley.
Oh my God.
This was a good one. This was a good way
Thanks,
to get our
guys.
energy back.
I like you too.
Yeah.
Ashley,
we could be in like.
yeah. Ashley, thank you so much for joining the podcast. We will definitely see you again. Good luck. You will forever be a friend of the podcast. We'll always let people know what's up, but we'll definitely have you back. I can't wait to hear everything that goes on in your career and your life, your food company. When you start an Instagram, tag us and we'll follow you and we'll promote the hell out of it.
I got you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. See you later, Ashley. Have a good one. Bye. Rain.
Oh, that's amazing.
What a guest, Rain.
I know.
My God, what a guest. Like, look, you never know, right? You never know who these people are. You never know like what kind of personality they're going to be. But wow, I'm so excited to watch her fight. And I pray to God she takes my advice and demands that title. Like,
right? Can you imagine? Yeah.
Just do it. Freaking Bellator, you're supposed to have 2 title fights. Just give me a belt. Go get one for the back. Bring it in, right? Like, no, like you got to make a statement and just light that house on fire. You're a San Diegan. No, what is on Ron Burgundy? What do you call it? San Diegites, whatever the hell he said. But you got to do it. Rain, we're running a little bit long, I guess. We're gonna do some
for a good reason.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. Like she said she was gonna be on for 4 hours, but I didn't want to take up the full 4 hours. Friends of the podcast update, I do want to say thank you to RageWorks Podcast Network. You can check them out at rageworksnetwork.com for other great audio podcasts like ours. Rain, FLA 16 is right around the corner. That's Fight League Atlantic. That's where I am a commentator. It's a doubleheader weekend on Saturday, September 21st. There's Tapper Tag 3. Rain, it's getting crazy. Tapper Tag 3, there's an 8-man tag team tournament. So it's tag teams in the cage. They released the rules. You have to be holding onto a rope, just like in WWE.
Okay.
They're tagging in and out in a BJJ. I don't know what the hell's going on, but I am commentating that, so it's going to be insane. The tag team names are amazing. Like I said, Blue Tang Clan. They just came out with Brokeback Takers. There's the Road Warriors. Like, they've got crazy names. The people look good. You know, I'm excited for that. And then there's a 4-woman tag team tournament as well. That's going to be incredible. Go to fightleagueatlantic.com to get the tickets. And then in the evening, FLA 16 goes down. MMA card. Ben Leese is on. Former guest of the podcast, of course, Mr. Entertainment Ben Leese. Abdel the Mummy Abdelaziz, he's on there. Cam Nelson, he's on there. Great stars from across Canada and beyond. And I can't wait to see that card. Fightleagueatlantic.com.
September 21st, right?
Yeah, September 21st. Get there. Do not miss it. FightLeagueAtlantic.com. What else do we got going on? I do have something. I'm going to open a package here, like an unboxing video.
Woo!
Like I'm a
Should I close my eyes? No.
Okay, I'm going to see what's in this package, but I got this in the mail, and I want to see. I will give my real reaction, and then if it's not good, then I won't say who sent it, and if it's good, I'll say who sent it. All right, hold on. Here we go.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right. Actually, it's looking pretty good, so I'm happy.
Okay, well, that's good.
It might actually be good.
Is that a shirt? Oh my God.
Ooh, it's a nice.
It's a Fight Insight shirt.
Oh, it looks pretty good.
Who sent you that?
All right, not bad. Okay, so I can officially say that this is good. Oh, the shirt is nice quality. The printing is pretty good. Okay. This is from millions.co. Wow. I had no clue whether this was going to be any good, Rain, and I was worried. Wow. But, okay, you can get our shirts at millions.co.
Wow, the official Fight Insight t-shirt now available at millions.co. Wow.
So in the past, Rain, I always did like orders, and I would have to order like 50 shirts or whatever at a time and kind of thing. But yeah, this is pretty good. Crap, this is good quality. Okay, and if you go to millions.co, I've put the price as low as I possibly could. I think it's like $16.
Okay,
I'm
Canadian
just like, I
dollars.
don't no US
Right.
dollars. We're not
Okay.
giving them away, Rain. 16 Canadian dollars. It's like a nickel. Yeah. So anyway, okay, there you go. The shirts are pretty good. Damn. Millions.co. Thank you so much.
Wait, so you
that's
go
awesome.
on millions.co and then what? You search for Fight Inside
So
podcast?
go on millions.co, search for Fight Insight Podcast, and
There you
then you'll
go.
go to the merch. All our podcasts are on there now, like ever since like maybe 4 weeks ago. I haven't been promoting it because I didn't know if the merch was going to be good, but the merch is good. So shit, let's go. So they're there, and then they make clips of the podcast and stuff. It's very, very cool. So I'm very happy. So that's all good. What else do we have to do?
Oh, let me promote UNF 20 coming up a
Yeah.
week after FLA 16.
Yep.
We still have tickets available at upnextfighting.com, or you can check out our Instagram at upnextfighting. It's going to be
You know what you should do?
in Los Angeles.
You should do the Fight Insight destination experience. Go up to
Ooh.
Pictou, Nova Scotia, watch FLA 16, and then go down on the 21st. 21st? September
28th.
21st? 28th. Sorry,
you guys
September
are on
21st is me. Pictou, Nova
Mhm.
Scotia, and then fly down to California and do the UNF.
Yeah, on September
Rain,
28th.
if you do both shows, Rain and I will give you an autograph for free. Proof of purchase required. Rain, there's only one more thing I want to talk about, and I kind of wanted to. I was going to ask Ashley about this, but Ashley's still here. Ashley, why are you watching the podcast? Hold on.
Bring her back in.
Ashley, why are you watching the podcast like there?
Well, you're just so entertaining.
Are you
How
being-
do you stop?
Okay, can I ask you one thing then? Since you're
Sure.
there, I'm gonna make it awkward now. This girl, hold on.
The one from China. I just saw.
The Joker, Wang Kong, right?
Yeah. I literally just started looking at her stuff this week.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know who she was, but then I saw that picture.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then I started research because she just made her debut, right?
Made her debut,
And
wins
she
the
finished
fight,
the girl.
finishes the girl in a minute, calls out Dana White after the fact because she didn't get a performance, and then he goes on Instagram and says, "I'm going to send you 50,000 because it was incredible."
Oh, I didn't hear that part.
Yeah, she was mad that she didn't get the bonus. You know, she was mad that she was on the undercard because she was on the prelims. She got mad about that. Said, "I'm
But
a
she's
star."
kickboxer.
She's a kickboxer who
Mhm.
has a win over Shevchenko, mind you, in 2015.
Yep,
Okay,
I heard
so
that.
I mean, 2015. Is she the next big thing? That's
Well, I
not
would have
named
to
Ashley
do more
Feiner?
research. I'm not going to make an uneducated guess. That doesn't sound like me at all.
I
But
don't know.
I mean, strikers, I think, are the next big thing, and
Ooh.
she's a striker.
Yeah.
So I definitely think she's going to be a contender in some aspect because she's going to be exciting to watch.
Rain, did you watch the fight?
Yeah, I did. I was actually like shocked, like the fight was over. I was like, "What? It's over now?"
I mean, she's got the style.
Mm-hmm.
She's got the charisma. Now, I didn't watch the fight live. I watched it back on Fight Pass. Does she speak English?
I think she had a translator, if I'm not
Ah,
mistaken.
You gotta learn English.
I have to double check it, but I think she did have a translator.
Okay. She's got to learn English. If she learns English, skyrocket this chick,
Right.
right?
A lot of good athletes coming out of China now.
Yeah,
Because
because UFC's not using USADA anymore.
Oh.
No, I'm just
this
kidding.
way. Okay, I see what you did there.
I'm just kidding. No. I mean, yeah, like look, the world it grows, right? The sport
Mm.
grows, right? Probably in China and stuff like that. Like women's MMA wouldn't have been a thing, but then when you get
women's
people like
anything.
Zhang Weili, yeah, right. When you get Zhang Weili, when you get Mulan Wuyan and all the fighters, it slowly just starts building, right, in the teams.
Yeah.
Like you said, when your promo telling all women to go to a gym, right? Like that's what happens, right? The more that happen, the more that they see it, the more they see it as an option. But
Yeah.
Rain, your thoughts on her, on Joker?
On Joker, no, I love it. Like I
Yeah.
said, like I was watching prelims live, and like I didn't think the fight would be over that quick. It was
Yeah.
like 1 minute and 2 seconds, round number one. I was like, what? It's over. And for it to be like the first fight of the prelims, I believe, to me, that was just a huge statement, which is why I always tell people, do not miss the prelims. Do not miss the prelims.
Yeah, I think it's an exciting development in terms of what style we're going to start seeing more of, because we need more strikers. We need the high level strikers to start coming into MMA. And the fact that we just snagged another one.
Yeah.
I'll watch it.
And that's the thing too, because it's like people are saying that she's the Alex Pereira of Izzy, you know what I mean, of Shevchenko. Of course, Shevchenko doesn't even have the title, but okay, fine, right? But yeah, you get this big person with a background, with a skill set, an exciting skill set. Now, mind you, I just want to say, you know, going into that fight, her opponent was 1-3 in her last 4. Right? 9-6 total. Like, you know, they were kind of giving her someone that you might be able to put on a show for, I feel, maybe, you know, but whatever. That's the way the marketing machine works. And anything can happen, but puts on a great show. I like the Joker makeup. I like the whole persona. I like the bravado of her. You know what I mean?
There's personality there.
Yeah. Marketable. I'm excited. Anyways, yeah. All right. Well, Ashley, we're going to say goodbye to you again, because now we're going to end the podcast though. So
okay, but I'm going to watch just in case. I don't know if you're going to say anything that might be risky, and then I'm going to have to send you hate mail or something. Yeah. You did say that Rain likes to say mean things about your guests.
Yeah.
You did tell me that.
Yeah, before.
So I'm wary. I'm just wary.
All right, goodbye, Ashley.
Bye.
See ya. Rain.
Oh, that's funny.
It's so funny because you know why? Because this Wang Kong is like, she's blowing up the internet now. You know, and the other thing I like is that these stupid MMA people on Instagram and whatever, they always use the clown emoji, right? When they just can't when they can't articulate their opinion, you know, often against me, because I'll say something that's not like the same as everybody else, and they'll just send me clown emojis, right? I'm like, well, screw you guys. Now the clown emoji means Wang Kong. So, right? She's taking over that emoji. She's kicking ass. I don't know. I'm pretty excited for it.
I know, me too.
But I would say learn English. Learn English. If you're her manager, if you're her handler, whatever.
Like, I want to look it up.
If you're the UFC, send her a English teacher immediately, so that this girl can market herself like crazy. Because it took so long for Zhang Weili to speak English, right? Now she kind of does. And it's so cool when she does. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just a little bit to interact with the crowd. I feel like it's very important. You know? Because she got the style. She's got everything, man. She's kicking ass.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I think even with the language barrier, I feel like because of her personality, it still comes out there. I do agree that, you know, obviously, if she's able to just kind of like speak to us in English and most people would understand, it would be a lot better. However, you know, I feel like just like by looking at her, like the personality comes out, you know, now like you have like a Joker face. I mean, the fight skills alone speak for her.
Right.
So no matter what, I think she's going to be like a big star in the UFC.
Yeah. And if you can lay on a striking clinic like that in the next couple fights, it's going to be really good.
I think she's currently undefeated, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I think, hold on. Let me see. I got it right here.
Yeah, she's undefeated right now.
6-0. Yeah, 6-0. Yeah. Road to UFC, had a win there. Oh, she beat Mulan Wu Yanan. That's the girl that I like in UFC. She hasn't fought in forever, though, but she beat her in 2024. Oh, I guess she doesn't fight in the UFC anymore. And then, kick ass, man. Go out there, make a name for yourself, kick ass, just like Ashley Thiner's going to. You know what I mean? You got to put on the show, put on the performance, and then just like bust through, because that's what's exciting. Rain, I think that is it for the podcast, because we're running a little bit late. No, we're like perfect on time. We'll cut the intro. We'll record that. Look, last week, if you did not watch the podcast, because people are going to be here now because of Ashley Thiner, right? So if you didn't watch the podcast last week, go check out Rain. I interviewed a former district attorney candidate from Santa Clara County in California. He was a district attorney in the exact county, or sorry, he's a prosecutor in the exact county where Cain Velasquez got in trouble for what he did. And I interviewed him all about what his plea for no contest meant, what it meant for jail time, what it meant for vigilantism in the United States. Like, it was a crazy cool interview. And that guy was such a cool interview too, right? And I'm so upset that you missed it. He was a great guy. And I can totally see why he's a prosecutor, because like he had the ability to speak and articulate what he wanted to. He spoke eloquently on the topic, very professional, great dude. I couldn't believe he did it. So
that's amazing.
Check it out. If you want to know anything, if you want to educate yourself in any way, that's the podcast to watch. Like, it was really, really good. I was very happy.
Then after they listen to that, they go back to this episode.
Then watch this one again. Yeah. Right? Because then you can sandwich the comedic fun of this one with the education of the second one, you know? But yeah, Rain, look, I'm so happy with that shirt from millions.co. So thank you, millions.co. Yeah, this is cool, man. And now I don't have to take orders anymore. They just do it. So you just go to millions.co, they print it and send it out to you. And it was fast. Like, I'm talking a week and a half, maybe.
You live in Canada? Like, they
and I'm in Canada, so they had to send it through like an Eskimo to get here. You know what I mean? Like, very, very fast shipping, and the shipping was very cheap. So I can only assume in America, like, the shipping must be extremely fast and even cheaper. So yeah, no, that is very cool. I'm very happy about that, because my Fight and Sight shirts are dying. Like, they've been in the wash way too many times. So I needed new ones. So Rain, that's it. We're out of here. That was a great podcast. Ashley Thiner, very, very exciting. Yeah.
I just want to say that whoever took Ashley's Stanley cup,
oh yeah,
give it back to her.
What a dirtbag, right? Like, what's wrong with you? You obviously know that's not your. You obviously know that's not your cup.
You're probably listening to the podcast right now. Give it back to her.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Rain, we're out of here. My screen is frozen. Is yours?
I know you're frozen, but at least you're smiling.
Okay. All right, yeah.
Freeze frame.
Okay, well, then you frozen. Now I'm in a worse position. Okay, guys, we're out of here. Thank you so much, Rain. Bye-bye.
Bye.